So I'm going to give you the last 10% of my restoration with my earthly father. Some of you know that we were estranged for nearly 40 years, and he was frequently illustration for me in what not to do. And this past October, November, I got a prompt from the Lord to not only, and I believe I had forgiven my dad, but not restored. Felt like God said, if you want more of me, not only forgive him, but restore. Now, that doesn't mean everybody needs to do that. It was 40 years. I never felt a prompt like that before. However, I was honest enough to tell you, after January, when we had our lunch and restoration, and I told you about it, I just left out a little 10% piece I didn't really care to share. So I'll give you that last 10%. And it's the why. Now, I don't know all the why. I just know the why that God gave me. So in that November-ish time frame, when I was telling the Lord, I'm happy to obey you in almost everything, just not this. Anybody have a everything, just not this list? Like, I'm in for everything, just not this. So I'm not doing this. And I knew in my soul, as if the Spirit of God, and he did not verbally speak to me, but as if he had in my spirit, he said, you don't do this, your future's limited. See, the next thing I want to do in you, through you, and at 12 Stone is hanging in the balance of your obedience. I'm not going to tell all of you that. I just knew it. I knew in my spirit that if I didn't do this, whatever God wanted to do next, he wouldn't be free for me to participate. That doesn't mean God won't do anything. Just, I knew there was a next vision, like Vision 2021 that we're talking about, and I would be a barrier. I would be the dam to God's blessing unleashing. I didn't even speak that to Marcia. I just knew it in my soul, so I set it up and I called Dad. We sat down, and 2 hours into almost being done, my dad said to me, son, this is just awesome, precious. I prayed for this for years. My dad's 78 years old. He said, you know why you had to do this? And I said in my mind, yeah, I do, but you don't. And nobody else does, because I hadn't said a word to anybody. He said, I'll tell you why. I said, you tell me, Dad. He said, because I had to die in peace, and now I can. And you needed to do this for God to do the next thing he wanted to do through you. And I froze. Just tears started welling up. I'm like, how do you know that? I mean, I didn't even say it to him. It was as if the Holy Spirit overtook and possessed my dad's body for a moment, and God was confirming that obedience is always the breakthrough.